So hey everyone, how are you? Hope you are doing well. So we are going to start a new topic, new chapter, that is the stereochemistry. Generally this topic is weak, I have found in most of the students, and if you have the same, then definitely you are going to get a lot of benefits from my videos, because I am going to teach it and present the concepts of the stereochemistry in a very fantastic and in very easy manner. Alright, so let's start it. So what is written here? Written here that need of studying. So first the question arises in our mind that why we are studying it. Alright, why we are studying the stereochemistry? So the first question, in answering the first question, I have something with you to share with you. Like in the when the chemistry was not as developed as right now, it was thought that the compounds having the same empirical formula are the same. Are you able to understand that in the history what it has been assumed, like compounds having the same empirical formula, then they are the same, and the compounds having different empirical formula are different. I mean compounds having CH2 and CH2 same empirical formula, they are considered as same. Alright, and compounds having different empirical formula like NaCl and C6H12O6, these are different, so these are considered as different. But the problem came when we found that the acetic acid and glucose both have the same empirical formula, but the compounds are different. So then we introduced a new terminology, that if they have the same molecular formula, only then those compounds are said to be same. Otherwise, if they don't have the same molecular formula, then these are different. For example, acetic acid and glucose have different formula. Which formula? Different molecular formula. So these are considered as different. But the problem isn't stopped at this point. The problem didn't stop at this point. The problem again arises. Let's discuss. We found that the compounds having the same molecular formula, but some molecular formula have different structures. Some compounds having the molecular formula have different structures. Then again the problems arises. Then we said that if the molecules having different structural formula, then only those are termed as different. For example, constitutional and structural isomers. First of all, the compounds having same molecular formula but are different. Compounds having the same molecular formula, but actually those compounds are different, then those are termed as isomers. And the compounds having the different structural formula are known as the structural isomers. And there are 5 sub branches of structural isomers. We will discuss it one by one later. But now the compounds having the different structural having different structure, then those are termed as the structural isomers. But on the other side, we found that the compounds having the same structure are also different, may also be different. The compounds having the same structure may also be different, and we termed them as stereoisomers. And later we had divided it in the 2 subcategories, that is the conformational isomers and the second one is the configurational isomers. Alright, we will deal all these one by one, but for now we have like conformational and configurational. Let's have a look. there are two possibilities where conformational isomers may arise. In the compound, there would be the possibility of the rotation around the carbon-carbon bond. In the compound, there may be the possibility of the rotation about the carbon-carbon bond, and also there is a possibility in the amine inversion. We will study all these in a very detailed manner, but for now you have to write it in your notes that conformational isomers may be possible or categorized in the two subcategories, as I had written here, due to the amine inversion or due to the rotation about the CC bond. And both can be both can be enantiomers and diastereomers. Both have a possibility of enantiomers and diastereomers. And basically, if we talk about configurational isomers, then we found that yes, optical isomers and geometrical isomers, these are the two types of configurational, and we will discuss it in a very broad manner, but not now. We will discuss it in later. All right. So for now we have structural isomers, and we are going to discuss it in a very handsome way. All right, in a very handsome way. So structural isomers, in which first we are going to study the functional isomers. All right. So the compounds having the structural difference are known as the structural isomers. And in structural isomers we are studying the functional isomers. So functional isomers are like having the different functional group are known as the functional isomers. Here you can see there is a keto group, and here you see it is the aldehyde group. So but the compounds having the same molecular formula but having the different functional groups, so are known as the functional isomers. All right, are known as the functional isomers. Now if we see that metamers are like when bivalent functional group is present in the compound. When bivalent functional group is present, like oxygen or this acid group or this amine group, where both end there may be possibility of attachment of the carbon residues. All right. So here you can see in this oxygen terminals, there are 2 carbons on the left side and 2 carbons on the right side are attached. While looking at the down side, the compound given here in the oxygen, if we restrict it and see, there are 3 carbons are attached in the left side and only 1 are attached in the right side. So this difference we termed as metamers. Where number of carbon atoms in both sides of the oxygen are different. And these are known as the metamers. All right. Now we are moving to the chain isomers. Where look at the definition. What the definition is saying, that in parent chain number of carbon atoms are different. If in a parent chain number of carbon atoms are different, then those isomers are termed as the chain isomers. Like for example, there are 4 carbon atoms that are in the parent chain, while in this there are 3 carbon atoms which are in parent chain and 1 are in the functional group. 1 is attached as a functional group. So these both compounds are known as the chain isomers. These both are known as the chain isomers. While looking at the example which is in the right side, there are 3 carbon atoms and 1 acid group is present in the upper side compound, and in the lower side compound there are 2 carbon atoms is attached and 1 acid group is attached in the parent chain. So both have same molecular formula but have different number of carbon atoms in the parent chain. So these are termed as the chain isomers. All right. Now moving to the next one, what we have position isomers. we have position isomers. So what it is saying, look at the definition. Compounds having groups are in different positions. The compounds are different because of the difference in the position of the groups. Because of the difference in the position of the groups, have a look here. Here you see that the position of hydroxyl group is in the number 3 carbon. All right, number 3 carbon. It is 1, it is 2, it is 3. While 1, 2, 3, 4 in the lower side example, what is given, the OH group is present at the 4th position. So we say that the difference in the position are known as the positional isomers or the position isomers. All right, position isomers. Now moving to the last one, that is the tautomers. So tautomers are basically the isomers where there is a difference in the migration of the active hydrogen. When there is a migration of the active hydrogen, then there arises a equilibrium position where two structures exist. You are not able to understand, I know. So let's try to understand it by this example. Where this is the keto form, where this hydrogen gets shifted to with this oxygen and forms this OH, and here single bond will get double bond, as you can see. So there is a migration of the double bond from C double bond O to C double bond C, and the migration of hydrogen from the CH to OH. Alright, so this is basically the keto-enol form, and this phenomena of equilibrium, both are present in the equilibrium. So this phenomena of equilibrium is known as the keto-enol tautomerism. Keto-enol tautomerism, this phenomena is known as keto-enol tautomerism, and try to write it because there is a possibility of 1,3, 1,5 and 1,7 migration of hydrogen as well. So these are also known as the tautomers, but normally and usually we study keto-enol tautomerism, that is the 1,3 आपका your a migration of the hydrogen will takes place. So that particular term we called it the tautomerism, and that is the keto-enol tautomerism. Alright, so this is all for today. In the next video we will cover all these topics, like we will start conformational and configurational isomers. Alright, so in the next video we will be covering all these sectors and topics. So today's video was the introduction video, so probably you might get the idea of what we are going to study. Alright, so we'll meet in the next video. So till that, see you, have a good day, bye bye.